The fall begins. It was a quiet morning on planet Arcanus 7. The sky was dark purple, filled with soft-moving clouds. Birds with metal-like feathers flew slowly above the trees. The research camp stood alone, surrounded by mountains and deep forests. Only 5 humans lived there, far away from any other colony. Commander Ryan Hale walked toward the signal tower, holding a scanner in one hand and a hot mug of synth coffee in the other. He liked mornings like this, calm, simple, and silent. But today something felt strange. The ground under his boots felt softer. The wind had a different sound. His scanner blinked red twice, then stopped. "Strange," he whispered. Ryan was a military man, trained to notice small changes. He stopped walking and looked around. Nothing seemed wrong. No alarms, no tremors. But deep inside, he felt a warning, a pressure in the air like the planet was holding its breath. He turned on his comms. "Control, this is Hale. You getting anything on the ground sensors?" Silence. He tried again. "Control, do you copy?" Still no answer. He frowned. The tower was just a few minutes ahead. He picked up his pace. The scanner blinked again. Red light, then black. Dead. That's when it happened. The earth beneath his feet cracked. Not a small crack, but a wide, growing hole. He had no time to scream. 1 second he was walking. The next, the ground vanished. Ryan fell. Rocks and dirt flew around him. He reached out, but there was nothing to grab. His mug flew into the air and shattered above him. Light disappeared. His body dropped into darkness, fast, faster, faster. His mind went blank. Then, something strange. As he fell deeper into the hole, he saw a flash of light above him. A figure, tall, glowing, diving into the sinkhole after him. Not human, not anything he had seen before. A woman. Or something like a woman. Armor wrapped around her body like water. Her hair moved like fire. Her eyes glowed with a soft, alien light. She held something in her hand. A weapon? A tool? She didn't shout. She didn't call his name. But somehow, he felt her presence in his mind. She dove straight into the darkness faster than gravity. Straight toward him. Then everything went black. Ryan didn't know how long he was unconscious. When he woke up, he was lying on cold stone. His head hurt. His legs were shaking. He touched his chest, still breathing. Light flickered above him. Not sunlight. A soft, green glow from strange crystals on the cave walls. He looked around slowly. This was no natural cave. The walls were smooth, carved. Old symbols ran across them like flowing rivers. The air smelled like dust and electricity. He tried to stand. Pain shot through his leg, probably broken. And then, he saw her, the woman from the fall. She stood near him, looking down. Her face was calm but serious. Her armor gave off a blue shimmer. She wasn't smiling. He tried to speak. "Who are you?" She didn't answer at first. She tilted her head, studying him, then she spoke. Her voice was soft, strange, and her words were slow. "You fell. I caught you." "Why?" he asked, still confused. "Who are you?" She looked at the glowing wall, then back at him. "You are important. You carry something. I don't know what yet." Her eyes narrowed. "But they are coming." Ryan's heart jumped. "Who's coming?" She didn't reply. Instead, she moved closer, knelt beside him, and placed a warm hand on his shoulder. "You must move," she said. "This place is not safe." From somewhere deep in the cave, a low sound echoed, like metal scraping stone. A growl, long and heavy. Ryan looked into the shadows beyond the light. Something was there, watching, waiting. The woman stood up, pulled him gently to his feet. He winced in pain, but she didn't let go. "Stay close," she said. "If it finds us, we die." And just like that, they moved into the tunnels. Man and alien, hunted by something ancient and unknown. As they vanished into the darkness, Ryan looked back one last time. The place where he had fallen was already gone, sealed up, like it never existed. But deep in his chest he knew nothing would ever be the same again. The one who dived into darkness. Darkness swallowed the cave around them. The walls pulsed with green light, but it wasn't enough. Shadows moved, slow, silent, watching. Ryan limped forward, leaning on the alien woman. She was strong, much stronger than any human. Her grip was firm but gentle, like she knew how fragile he was. He glanced at her. She didn't look at him. Her glowing eyes stared ahead, scanning every corner of the tunnel like a soldier. No panic, just quiet focus, silent protection. She was not afraid, but he was. His voice was a whisper. "What was that sound back there?" She paused, then answered in her strange, slow English. "It is called the Hollow One. It guards this place. It does not forgive." Ryan shivered. "You've been here before?" She nodded. "Long ago. I was not welcome." They moved deeper into the tunnels. The walls began to change, less like stone, more like smooth metal. Alien symbols glowed faintly, lighting their path like stars in a black sky. He noticed something. The symbols lit up only when he passed by, not when she did. "What are these?" he asked. "Language of the old ones," she said. "Dead for 1,000 years. But they react to me." She finally turned to him. "Yes, that is why I saved you." Ryan stopped walking. His heart pounded. "What do you mean?" She looked at him carefully, then spoke softly. "You are connected to them. Your blood carries something old. You were not born here, but something inside you was made here." Ryan's hands shook. "This makes no sense. I'm human." "Yes," she said. "But not only human." They walked again. The air grew colder. The tunnel opened into a wide chamber filled with giant stone pillars. The ceiling was so high it disappeared into blackness. And in the center, a throne, a tall, ancient throne made of silver bones and black crystal. She stepped back. "You must go alone." Ryan blinked. "What? Why?" "It waits for you. Not me." He limped forward, heart racing. As he approached the throne, the ground trembled. Small stones rolled. Air pressure dropped. He heard whispers, soft in a language he didn't know but somehow understood. Return the spark, wake the memory, become the key. His hand reached out on its own. He touched the throne. A flash. Pain. Memories that weren't his filled his head. Wars. Stars collapsing. Alien voices. A warrior queen crying out in anger. And a single face. Her. The woman beside him standing in fire, leading an army. Not saving humans, destroying them. He stumbled back, gasping. You attacked Earth." She didn't answer. "You killed my people." "I followed orders," she said quietly. "That was before I knew the truth, before I saw what we had become." He backed away, heart racing. "So why save me now? Why help me?" She stepped closer. "Because you are hope, and because I am not who I was." "Then who are you?" he asked. She took a deep breath. "My name is Asherin Vena. I was a general, a killer, a queen of war. But now I protect the last light of this world." Ryan's voice was bitter. "And I'm supposed to believe that?" She looked at him, not with anger, but something else. Guilt. Sadness. "I leapt into the sinkhole to save you. Because I saw myself in you, lost, confused, and because if I let you die, there would be no second chance for any of us." Suddenly the chamber shook violently. A loud metallic roar echoed through the hall. The Hollow One was close. Asherin pulled him behind one of the pillars. "Too soon," she whispered. "We must not face it here." "But why is it after us?" She turned to him, her voice shaking for the first time. "Because it knows who you are now. You woke the memory. The throne chose you." "And what does that mean?" She looked into his eyes. It means you are no longer just Ryan Hale. You are, now heir of the core, the last light in a dying world. A massive, shadowy figure appeared at the far end of the chamber. It had no face. Its body was made of black metal and bone. Its chest glowed red like burning coals. It let out a low, deep growl. It saw them. Asheran stood in front of Ryan, drawing, her weapon, a long blade shaped like a crescent moon. "I'll hold it off," she said. "You'll die," Ryan shouted. She smiled. "Maybe. But if you fall into its hands, the galaxy burns." She stepped forward, blade glowing. "Run, Ryan, Hale, and remember who you are. Ruins below, secrets within." Darkness ran like blood through the ancient halls. Ryan Hale was running. Every breath was pain. Every step echoed like thunder in the endless ruins beneath the planet's crust. Behind him, somewhere in the black, the Hollow One roared again. Closer. Angry. But he wasn't thinking about the sound. He was thinking about her. Asheran Vena. Alien. Warrior. Enemy. Savior. She had stood between him and the monster, not with fear, but with purpose. A woman who once destroyed his kind now fought to protect him. Why? He didn't have time to figure it out. He slipped through a narrow archway and dropped into a smaller corridor, chest heaving. The symbols on the walls blinked again as he passed, brighter this time. Alive. He stumbled forward and entered a new chamber, large, round. The walls were covered in alien machines, screens, hollow projectors, cracked but still humming with power. He was inside. A control room, but for what? He wiped sweat from his face and stepped into the center. The floor lit up under him. A voice, ancient and calm, spoke in a deep tone that vibrated in his bones. User identified. Genetic link confirmed. Core heir active. What the hell does that mean? He whispered. Suddenly, the entire room came alive. A giant hologram of a star map burst into the air. Dozens of planets, glowing lines, orbit trails, and one central object pulsing red. A planet. Arcanus 7. Then it zoomed in. Deep inside the planet's core was a black sphere surrounded by rotating rings of light. A construct. A machine of impossible scale. The voice spoke again. Planetary core stabilizer. Offline. Collapse. In 7 days. Host species extinction, 99.7% probability. Ryan backed away. Wait, the planet's gonna die? No answer. Instead, something began to rise from the floor. A smooth metal pillar, and on top of it, a strange gauntlet with wires, veins, and glowing light. Interface device, the voice said. Only the heir may connect. He stared at it. Hesitated. He remembered Asheran's words. You carry something old, something we lost. He reached out, and the moment his fingers touched the device, pain ripped through him. Flashes of memory. Fire. Battles. Ships exploding. Screams. Then, peace. Green skies. A woman holding a child. Then darkness again. And one voice. We buried the light within your kind. One day it would awaken. The visions stopped. Ryan collapsed to his knees, breathing hard. Cold sweat ran down his back. He looked up at the star map again. This wasn't just about a planet. It was about a war, one that never ended. Someone, maybe the ancients, had placed a piece of their power into the human bloodline. Maybe a weapon. Maybe a key. But it was now active, and he was the one who triggered it. He stood slowly. I need to find Asheran, he said. Just then he heard something, not the Hollow One. Footsteps, but not heavy. Not alien. Human. He turned, ready to speak, and froze. 2 people stepped into the room, both in Earth Federation uniforms. Ryan Hale, one of them said, pointing a plasma rifle. You're coming with us. He stepped back, confused. What the hell are you doing here? The other soldier raised a scanner. He's activated it. Core signature confirmed. Orders are clear, bring him in, or burn the ruins down. Ryan's eyes widened. No, you don't understand, there's more. There's something under this planet. Something we need to protect. They didn't listen. The one with the rifle stepped forward. We've already made contact with a group of her kind. The tall one, blue armor. She led the attack on Earth, remember? She's wanted for war crimes. You're with her? Ryan clenched his fists. She saved my life. Then you're a traitor. Just as the soldier raised his weapon, the walls shook, a loud crashing sound, and from the smoke-filled doorway behind the soldiers, Vena emerged, blood on her face, armor cracked, blade glowing with energy. Her eyes burned like stars. You're not taking him, she said coldly. The room exploded into chaos. Marked by the ancients. The room erupted in light and fire. Vena moved like lightning. Before the Earth soldier could pull the trigger, she was already in motion, her blade slicing through the rifle's barrel with a flash of energy. Sparks flew, screams followed. Ryan Hale dove behind a console as plasma bolts tore through the air. The second soldier reached for a grenade. Asheron was faster. One strike. His weapon dropped. He fell, stunned. She didn't kill them. She could have. But she didn't. Ryan watched in silence, breath caught in his throat. She was a killer, he thought. But now, she's protecting me from my own people. Asheron grabbed Ryan's arm. We must go. More are coming. But they're from Earth, he shouted. Why are they trying to kill me? She looked back, expression grim. Because Earth fears what it doesn't understand. They ran through ancient tunnels, deeper and deeper into the forgotten world. No map, no guide, only instinct, and the pulse of something powerful calling Ryan forward. They reached a narrow bridge, broken stone over a glowing abyss. Below, lava flowed like blood through glass veins. The air shimmered with heat. Every step was death waiting. But she walked, it without hesitation. Ryan followed, legs shaking. On the other side, they reached a temple gate, tall and ancient, carved with alien faces and weapons of old wars. At the center of the gate, a circle of light waited. Ryan reached out. The moment his fingers touched the edge, the gate opened with a deep hum. Only for him. Inside was silence. Cold, endless silence. They entered a round chamber filled with floating shards of crystal and metal. In the center, a stone platform rose from the ground like a heartbeat, carved above it. One shall awaken the memory. The blood remembers. The flame shall choose. Asheron stared at the writing. What does it mean? Ryan asked. She hesitated. It means, you are more than you know. Ryan stepped onto the platform. The floating shards moved toward him, like metal pulled by magnetism. One shard pierced his hand, quick, clean. Blood floated in the air. Not red, gold. The room reacted, the walls shifted, and suddenly the ghosts came. Dozens of glowing figures appeared, holograms of tall beings in strange armor. Ancient voices filled the chamber. A female figure stepped forward. She looked like Asheron. Same face, same armor, but eyes and colder. She spoke in a forgotten tongue, but Ryan understood every word. If you see this, our blood has survived. Another voice joined in. We lost everything, but we left our fire inside your kind. A chance for balance, for justice. If you accept it, the core will awaken. If you reject it, the hollow will rise again. Ryan stood frozen. What are they talking about? Asheron stepped closer. They made you a vessel, not a weapon. A seed of change. The last hope to restore what their empire broke. He turned to her. And what are you then? She looked away. I was created to destroy. You were created to fix what I shattered. Suddenly a new presence entered the room. Heavy. Cold. The air grew still. The Hollow One had found them. From the shadows, the creature emerged. Not just a beast, but a construct. Black armor, twisted steel bones, a glowing red heart. A face covered by a cracked mask, its voice echoed without moving its mouth. The flame must not return. The air must die. Asheron stepped in front of Ryan. You'll go through me. The Hollow One paused. You betrayed your code. You fight for the weak. She gripped her blade tighter. I fight for a future. The Hollow One stepped forward, and the chamber darkened. Lights went out. Floating shards froze mid-air. Even the memory holograms faded. Only one thing remained. Lit Ryan's hand. The golden blood glowed brighter, pulsing with heat. The shard in his palm embedded itself deeper. And suddenly, his mind filled with powerful images. Entire galaxies burning. Machines bigger than moons. A final message hidden in his DNA. He who holds the mark controls the core. Ryan stepped forward. For the first time, he didn't feel weak. He looked at the Hollow One. No, he said. I won't die today. He raised his hand, and the room lit up like a sun. The Hollow One let out a furious scream as energy surged around Ryan. The chamber shook violently. Asheron ran to him. You need to stop, it's too much. I can't, he shouted. It's not me doing this. A beam of golden light shot from Ryan's body and struck the Hollow One, blasting it into the wall with a scream of bending metal. Ryan collapsed, unconscious. Asheron caught him before he hit the ground. She looked down at him, hands trembling. You're not just the key, she whispered. You're the weapon they never finished. She lied to protect me. Darkness. Then pain. Ryan Hale opened his eyes slowly. His body was weak. His skin felt burned from the inside. His heartbeat was loud in his ears, like drums in a war he didn't remember joining. The last thing he remembered was the Hollow One flying backward in a blast of golden energy. Now he was somewhere else. A quiet place. Cold, silent humming. He was lying on a soft bed surrounded by glowing vines and flickering symbols. This wasn't a cave anymore. It was a sanctuary, old and forgotten. And she was there. Asheron Vena, sitting quietly in the shadows, her blade. Across her lap, eyes closed, breathing slow, she looked peaceful. But Ryan knew now, her peace was a mask. He sat up slowly, wincing. Asheron's eyes opened instantly. She stood. You survived, she said softly. I'm not sure that's good news, he replied. She walked toward him. He flinched slightly, not from pain, from doubt. He remembered the hologram, the voice, the truth. Asheron, he said. You said you were a soldier. I was. You said you fought in a war. Yes. But you didn't just fight in it. You led it. She looked away. You were called the Flame of Extinction, he said. Weren't you? A long silence. She nodded. Ryan stood now, fists clenched. You didn't just attack Earth. You wiped out colonies, civilians, children. That wasn't just war. That was genocide. She didn't deny it. I followed orders, she said quietly. I believed the same lie they told all of us, and that your kind was a threat, that your fire had to be smothered before it spread. And now? He asked. She stepped closer. I know the truth now. The threat wasn't your people. It was mine. We became what we feared. Hollow. Hungry for control. We silenced the galaxy in the name of peace. Ryan's voice shook. You saved me. But you lied to me. You knew what I was. You knew what that throne would do. She nodded. Yes. Then why hide it? Asheron looked at him, and for the first time her eyes softened. No pride, no armor, just regret. Because you weren't ready to carry the truth, she said. And I wasn't ready to lose you. He stared at her, stunned. She took another step forward. I didn't save you because of the core. I saved you because when you fell, I felt something I hadn't felt in centuries. What? Hope, she whispered. But before he could speak again, the ground shook. A distant explosion echoed through the chamber walls. Asheron spun toward the sound. They've found us. Earth forces. No, she said. Worse. She led him through a tunnel hidden behind the sanctuary wall. They emerged into a cathedral-like chamber filled with machines older than any history book. Lights blinked. Gears turned. At the center, a massive orb floated, surrounded by chains of pure light. The core engine, the heart of Arcanis 7, and it was dying. A broken figure floated near the engine. Its body was twisted, part machine, part flesh. Wires ran into its skull. It spoke with a voice full of echoes. "You are the heir," it said. "You have awakened too early." Ryan stepped forward. "I don't understand. What is this place?" "This is the final lock," the figure said. "When the ancients knew their time was over, they left one gift and one curse." "What curse?" The figure's voice cracked. "You." The room shifted. Images filled the air, of Ryan's ancestors, of experiments, of human DNA spliced with alien memory. You were built to restart the flame, but if corrupted, you could also destroy it. Ryan's blood turned cold. "I didn't ask for this." "No one ever does," said the voice. "But now you must choose. Merge with the core, or seal it forever." Asheran grabbed his shoulder. "You don't have to do this, but if I don't, this world dies." Ryan stared at the core. He saw his reflection in its glow. Tired, scared, lost. "I don't trust myself," he whispered. Asheran placed her hand on his heart. "Then trust me." Suddenly, alarms, sirens, explosions. The chamber's ceiling began to crack. The Hollow One dropped from above, wings of black flame, armor burned but still alive. "Your time is over," it growled. Ryan stepped forward. "No," he said. "I'm just getting started. The decision that could save us all." A storm of fire and shadow crashed into the ancient core chamber. The Hollow One descended like a god of death. Wings cracked, body burning, but still unstoppable. Its red core pulsed like a dying star, furious and wild. It wanted one thing: Ryan Hale. Asheran Vena stood between him and the creature, her blade humming, cracked but still deadly. She breathed slowly like a warrior before the final charge. "You know what it wants," she said. "It wants your power, the core's control. It will wear your blood like a crown and turn this world into a weapon." Ryan's voice shook. "I don't know if I can stop it." She turned to him. "Then don't try to stop it alone." The Hollow One roared, energy ripped through the floor. Pillars fell. Ancient tech sparked and died. The chained core groaned, lights blinking erratically. Its stability was collapsing. The guardian spirit, the twisted machine flesh entity near the core, raised its voice one last time. "The system is breaking. Merge now, or all systems will collapse. This planet and everything on it will fall into the hollow." Ryan stood at the edge of the core. He looked down. Inside the glowing sphere, he saw visions. His mother's face. A burning Earth city. Asheran walking alone through war-torn ruins. His own future, standing on a silent world, alone, untouched, unfeeling. That's what would happen if he gave in, if he let fear decide. The Hollow One charged. Time slowed. Asheran moved to block it. But Ryan raised his hand and spoke a word that was never meant for human tongues. Everything stopped. Even the Hollow One froze mid-strike. The core responded. Golden. Light shot up from the platform, circling Ryan's body. His veins glowed. His eyes turned silver. The machine voice spoke again. "Core link initiated. Merge in progress. Conscious override required." A new interface appeared. Hovering symbols, spinning choices. 2 options pulsed. Merge with the core. Seal the core forever. Asheran stepped closer. "You don't have to die for this." Ryan's voice was calm now. Focused. Different. "Maybe I do." She grabbed his hand. "No, there's another way." He turned to her. "What if I become like them, like the Hollow One? What if this power breaks me?" She didn't hesitate. "Then I'll be there to stop you." The hollow one unfroze, roaring in fury, slamming toward them. Asheran leapt into the air, blades swinging, clashing with the beast mid-air in a brutal collision. Ryan had seconds. The core's light pulled him inward. He placed both hands on the glowing interface. It burned. It hurt. But it felt right. He made his decision. Merge. Pain exploded through his skull. Visions filled his head. Not just memories. Entire lifetimes. He saw the ancients creating stars, building the hollow ones as protectors only to be betrayed. Their last act. Hiding their legacy in a species no one would suspect. Humans. They left the core flame in the bloodstream of one bloodline. His bloodline. Back in the physical world, Ryan floated now, eyes lit like suns. The core fused with him, rebuilding his cells, rewriting who and what he was. He was no longer just Ryan Hale. He was the Flamekeeper. Below him, the hollow one slammed Asheran into the floor. She gasped, blood running from her mouth. The creature turned to Ryan. "You are mine now. Join me." Ryan descended slowly, hovering above the stone like a spirit. "No," he said. "I'm not yours. And I'm not theirs either. I'm something new." He raised his hand. Golden chains shot from the core behind him, wrapping around the hollow one's limbs, freezing it in place. The creature screamed, "You don't have the will!" Ryan walked closer, energy bursting from his body. "Have the will, because I have her." He looked at Asheran. "She reminded me what I am, not a weapon, a protector." With a final surge of light, Ryan unleashed the full power of the core flame. The hollow one's armor shattered, its voice twisted into static. Then, silence. It was gone. Ryan collapsed. The core behind him dimmed. Not dead, but sleeping. Asheran crawled toward him, catching him before he hit the ground. "You did it," she whispered. He opened his eyes, weak but smiling. "No, we did." The guardian voice spoke one final time. "Core stabilized. Planet safe. The air lives." Ryan and Asheran sat in silence. The chamber was still now. The storm was over, but above them, in the sky, ships were coming. Federation signals, warships. And they didn't know what Ryan had become. "She gave me a second chance." 1 hour after the core stabilized, the sky was no longer quiet. Dozens of Earth Federation warships now hovered over the ruins of Arcanus 7. Engines roaring, cannons locked, scanners focused on one target, Ryan. Hale, not the soldier they had sent to study planetary anomalies, but the human who had merged with ancient power. The core heir. Inside the mountain's heart, Ryan sat in silence beside Asheran Vena. His body no longer ached. But it no longer felt fully human either. His skin hummed with energy. His eyes sometimes flickered with light even when closed. The core was now part of him. Not a tool, not a weapon, but a voice that whispered quietly inside his mind. And it wasn't alone. Asheran stood a few feet away, her back to him, staring at a terminal showing Earth's approaching fleet. Her armor was scorched, her blade cracked, but her posture was calm, still a warrior, always a warrior. "You could run," Ryan said. She didn't turn. "I've been running for 200 years. He stood. "They won't listen. They'll fire first, ask questions after." She finally looked at him. "Then we make them listen." Suddenly a sharp signal pierced the mountain walls, a direct transmission from the Earth flagship. "Ryan Hale, you are to surrender immediately. You are classified as a Class Z existential threat under Earth Code Omega. The alien Asheran Vena is marked for execution under wartime protocol. You have 10 minutes. Ryan closed his eyes. They didn't understand. They couldn't. He wasn't a threat. But what he now carried inside him could easily become one. Asheran placed a hand on his shoulder. "You can wipe them out," she said. "All of them. With one pulse of the core. You have that power." He looked at her quietly. "That's why I can't." She smiled gently. Then, There's still hope. Outside, the Earth fleet prepared its strike. Hundreds of weapons charged, missiles locked. Ryan stepped outside the ruins. He stood on the ancient platform, looking up at the sky full of metal and fear. His voice was calm, amplified. This is Ryan Hale, former soldier. Now something else. I am not your enemy. I am not your weapon. And if you fire on this planet, you are not just attacking me. You are destroying the last chance to fix everything we broke. Silence. Then, your words mean nothing. Step away from the alien, or we open fire. Asheran walked out beside him, standing proud and defiant. The woman who once led armies to Earth now stood at Earth's mercy. She whispered, "Let me go. They'll stop if they think I'm the threat." Ryan shook his head. "No. You gave me a second chance. I'm giving you one too." He raised his hand, not in attack, but in peace. Beam of golden light shot from the platform into the sky. A signal, not a weapon. It carried data, history, memory, the truth. Everything the ancients had left. Everything Earth had forgotten. Everything he had become. Inside the Earth flagship, confusion. Scanners froze, weapons lost lock. The core signal began to rewrite every corrupted AI system in the fleet. For the first time in centuries, the machines paused, and then, so did the humans. The firing sequence was canceled. The warships backed away. One message came through. "Stand down. We want to talk." Ryan lowered his hand. Asheran let out a long breath. The sky was still again. They stood, in silence. Then Ryan said something she never expected. "I want you to come back with me." She stared at him. "To Earth? After everything I've done?" He nodded. "We need someone like you. Someone who understands both sides. Someone who still believes in redemption." She looked at the sky, at the ships waiting, at the world below them, and finally said, "Then let's build something better." Epilogue. 1 year later, Earth now called it the Second Contact. Not with aliens, but with itself, with its past, with truth. The core stayed buried beneath Arcani 7, guarded by Ryan and Asheran, not as soldiers, but as keepers. And Ryan's story became something more than legend. It became a reminder that sometimes the ones who fall deepest are the ones strong enough to rise and carry the light forward.